what sells in the market is masala movies, which has item numbers and dances and action. Art movies are real good movies. They only go for awards.
और मैंने सुना है लाइक आप लोगों को आईना दिखाते हो.
And इसके दो तीन मतलब हो जाते हैं आईना दिखाने के.
I just remembered माधुरी दीक्षित. So she said कि अगर मुझे कोई खाना पसंद है, अगर मैं किसी भी देश में चले जाऊं, it is वरण भात.
You don't want to create something which is normal. Normal is boring. जब खाने की बात आती है ना, सबके मुंह में पानी आना चाहिए.
So ये हमारा सिग्नेचर है and they serve me a chocolate sushi. I mean authenticity कहाँ है? As a chef you told me competition, innovation, everything.
लाके दो, ये शायद तंदूरी चिकन से ठीक है.
Recently मेरी जो सबसे फेवरेट है कामिया जानी was here. जय श्री कृष्णा दोस्तों, मैं हूँ राजवीर, an Indian content creator who speaks little Japanese. Today I have with me someone who speaks taste, food, culinary. So I have with me Chef Nimish Bhatia ji.
Hello Rajveer.
Hello sir. He is the brand ambassador of Indian cuisine for the world chefs. अनगिनत award और अनगिनत recipes. So coming straight to your awards. मेरे लिए सर अवार्ड मतलब एक होता है recognition, award एक proud moment है. And firstly, congratulations, you've recently received 2 more awards for your display.
You've been a lucky charm to me today as we opened the door that was
Yes.
on, and then had to receive you. So both are happiness here.
So can you tell me about the latest 2 awards, please?
So latest was, I think it was on you as you rang the bell here,
Yes.
and the FedEx guy rang me on my mobile that there was this thing has been lying. Yes, they had told us. So one, this is from the Global Taste of Gastronomy.
Yes.
And the World Authentic Taste from Greece. So they awarded me the gold medal for 2026 in my contribution to the food and the culinary world. And the second is when they came to Mann Marzi, they tasted the food and they rate you 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 stars. So in the first go, they rated us as 5 stars, and the plaque was awaited until unless the plaque comes, we cannot say they've told us.
Yeah.
So with today, the bell rings double. We've got that plaque also.
So I am in for some good treat at Mann Marzi today.
100%.
Okay, so when we talk about treats, usually we've seen food एक ऐसी चीज है जो लोग पहले ना जब हम किसी रेस्टोरेंट में होते हैं, सपोज सिजलर जा रहा है तो लोग वो सिजलर का अरोमा फील करते हैं, दे सी वो जा रहा है वो क्या डिश है. So if I had to have only one dish at Mann Marzi, which we judge only based on the presentation, not on the taste. So what would be one dish on which you can bet on?
I personally believe the food is very sensuous.
Yes.
So it actually invites all your senses, whether how do you see it, how do you smell it, how do you touch it, you feel it, you taste it. And in today's world, there is something beyond yes and no, which is called po, which is a mood of a diner when it comes in. So that is sets one side. You asked me only on the looks perspective.
Yes.
But I believe it has taste also. I call it a rose, which we have created. This dessert is all about rose. So it's got about 4 or 5 representations of rose, and I feel this is the best looking dessert.
I believe I would get to taste and look at one of the roses.
Right now.
Sure.
Let's click it and we get that.
In the meanwhile, they get the rose. आपका और एक restaurant है which is part of Mann Marzi, इश्क. Since we're talking about flowers and love. So सर ये इश्क क्यों? और मैंने सुना है लाइक आप लोगों को आईना दिखाते हो.
जी.
ये कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ and कैसे?
देखिए सबसे पहले तो इश्क की बात करें तो इश्क is something which literally means love.
Yeah.
And love is always felt. It cannot be transferred, right? It's like food. So it is also which is felt, which is experience. You cannot talk about food.
Right.
And that's what we want to do in Ish, is get 19 different plates, 19 different notions of food, which are Indian, and they are presented to you in a small morsel. Niwala is by Niwala. And it's paired with wines, it's paired with flights of whiskeys. It's also paired with water. मैं अपना पानी भी खुद बनाता हूँ.
Oh.
जी.
Wow.
Pani has to be colorless, it has to be tasteless.
Yes.
But it has to have something which makes it feel
Yeah.
जैसे मैंने फल्ट बताया, तो दैट्स इश्क. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू इश्क, और आपने आईने की बात की,
जी.
तो देखिए, वी ऑल ईट फूड, वी गो फॉर एन एक्सपीरियंस विद पीपल, विद मेट्स, विद फ्रेंड्स, विद wife, with to be wife, to celebrate a Saturday, Sunday, an anniversary, birthday, whatever we want to do that. At the end of the day, we are talking about self pleasure. In Ishq, when we give a meal of a 19 course and it is a splendid affair, after this splendid affair, we give a mirror, एक शीशा देते हैं,
जी.
that you look at it and you pampered yourselves today. That is
Wow.
what is Ishq all about. And इसके दो तीन मतलब हो जाते हैं आईना दिखाने के. Being a chef from long, I think I can tell a lot of people to see
जी.
the mirror.
सर, आपकी जो जर्नी रही है, मतलब आई एम वेरी श्योर यू इन अ पोजीशन कि आईना आप दिखा सकते हो.
नहीं, वैसे हम सबको रोज आईना
जी.
देखना चाहिए,
राइट.
इन बोथ वेज. एक तो अपने लिए कि मैं कैसा लग रहा हूँ, शक्ल आईने में जैसे इतनी सुंदर लगती है, ऐसे दिल भी लगना चाहिए ना. तो दिल में जहाँ जहाँ और काम में जो जो आपकी चेकलिस्ट है, वो आईने में टिक 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 करनी चाहिए.
तो आप शुरू से ही शेफ बनना चाहते थे?
बचपन से मुझे खाने का बहुत शौक था. माय डैड वाज अ साइंटिस्ट, एंड इन माय टाइम्स ऑफ life, chef was a good profession, but it was not seen a very honorable profession.
So I would like to say, मतलब in fact I am completely into food. मेरा जो खाने से प्यार है, वो कहते हैं चटोरी सी जबान.
जी.
तो बचपन में like nobody was at home and I tried बैंगन का भरता. वो होता है एकदम सॉफ्ट सॉफ्ट, नहीं पता था कैसे बनाना है, उसको रोस्ट करना है. मैंने मिक्सर में डाला, मिक्सर बंद भी नहीं किया, एंड रेस्ट यू कैन इमेजिन. तब कहा गया था कि लड़कों का किचन में क्या काम है, एंड आई बिलीव कि लाइक अगर मेरे टाइम पे कहा गया तो यू मस्ट हैव बीन थ्रू द सेम.
जी, हमारी फैमिलीज में, स्पेशली इन नॉर्थ इंडिया, मेल मेंबर्स कमिंग टू किचन वाज नॉट सीन एज अ वेरी गुड
Yes.
सीन. वो तुम बैठ के खाओ, तुम्हें जो चाहिए वो मिलेगा, तुम यहाँ पे क्यों आ रहे हैं?
जी.
बट आई वांटेड टू सी व्हाट इज दैट कन्वर्जन. वो आलू के अंदर कैसे नींबू बनता है, या मसाला डालते हो तो कैसे वो चाट बन जाती है. एक प्याज को एक तेल में अगर गरम डालें, what is its marriage with that onion,
Yes.
to that ginger garlic paste, to that tomato, to that chicken or paneer or whatever we add to make it a dish. And that is not complete accompaniment, right?
Yes.
That accompaniment makes it an experience and meal. And that meal, you need a table, you need a cutlery, you need a crockery, a dressing gown. So it's all about that.
Chef, since you've used the word marriage, I'm not married, so I can happily say कि सब मैरिजेस का बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है मैरिजेस को सस्टेन करना. मे बी नॉट एवरीबडी विल एग्री, बट आज के टाइम पे I recently had an encounter, without naming any brands, I'm just saying, I went to a very luxury and very elite brand. The entire meal was like fantastic. They served me an ice cream. And my first bite of that ice cream was, guys, मैंने इतनी अच्छी आइसक्रीम नहीं खाई है. It is something made of gulkand and roses and the fresh churned ones.
जी.
And but उसकी जो टॉपिंग थी, they wanted to give something greens, and I said, is this a normal pairing and what exactly it is? तो शेफ ने बताया कि बहुत टेस्टी है, बहुत इसके साथ में पेयर करता है. Till the time I had that ice cream, I was like, wow, mesmerized. The moment I took the garnishing and had the bite, I was like, oh my god, this is really bad. The whole journey was off, and the ingredient to garnish was green pea shoot. So ये जो combinations आजकल जो chefs try कर रहे हैं, just to come out of something new and like come out as a winner and better than themselves or maybe better than someone else.
जी.
What is your take on that?
See, most important thing is knowledge.
Right.
I believe if you have the knowledge, you have the power. Like they write in English, if you need to have a story, you need to have a few paragraphs.
Yes.
You need to have a few sentences.
Yes.
You need to have a few words which make these sentences together and the punctuation, right?
Right.
So, and if somebody says RED is red is the gospel.
Yeah.
And that is what you have seen everywhere. And somebody says ROD red is my spelling.
Yes.
He is not right, according to you.
Yeah.
But when he combines this in these sentences in a story, and if you find a meaning, that is what I call it not normal.
जी. So but
Normal is boring, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, K, K, G, G, G. सब boring है. What is interesting is element of surprise. And that is what these people look at. And if somebody finds that thing and he wants to tell you, you have to probably think with his head that what is it making me interesting or not. So I always believe that normal is boring.
Yeah.
You are doing everything someday you find that yeah it is regular, right? What is interesting is element of surprise.
Right.
When you, for example, if you talk the same language in your house, in your office, you wear the same clothes, it's boring. You need some colors. You said somebody added a pea shoot.
Yeah. Green pea shoot.
That is his take that this dessert will taste the best if you eat with that. Now, coming back to food, what is the definition of a good food? Somebody says good food has got a lot of chilies.
Yeah.
Somebody says good food has got no chilies. Somebody says good food is vegetarian. Somebody says good food is non vegetarian. I say good food is this rose which comes to you now.
I definitely want to have a look at this.
I was talking about a definition of good food which does not exist.
Yes.
So that is probably an anticipation of a chef who feels that green color adding to that dessert gives you contrast. That pea shoot, which is the first shoot of that pea, gives you the mithas, which either it has to be on contrary or it has to be against, right?
Right.
It marries. You did not like it as a in your taste buds. So that's how taste buds are.
I completely agree with you. But sir, again, my question is, it's not about playing safe or doing experiments. Like when I see this, I just asked you like, what is one dish which I can judge based only on presentations?
Right.
I really don't know this. So I would not be like strong enough to cut this and have it because this is mesmerizing. This is amazing. This is out of the world. I mean, आपने एक piece of art ही हमारे सामने रख दिया है.
जी.
So just like Chef Gill says कि like food के जो अलग अलग 6 types होते हैं यहाँ तो like I am almost eaten this with my eyes and I'm super
This is
happy.
your first treat with your eyes.
Yeah.
Trust me, when the spoon cuts it and you have a feel to it, it has a different feel because these are different textures of rose. नीचे गुलकंद है, उसके
Wow.
पीछे एक अंदर एक छोटा मूज है.
So
Indian elements
I
है.
can actually see वो ओस की बूंदे हैं
जी.
इसमें. Oh my god.
तो अगर इंटरप्रिटेशन करना है तो उसका अच्छे से करना चाहिए. आई ऑलवेज बिलीव दैट लिविंग अप टू चेकलिस्ट इज परफेक्शन.
Okay.
Beyond that is your individual equity.
So
What you can do.
since you've told me about perfection, now from Chef Nimish Bhatia to guest Nimish Bhatia, I am sure you attend high profile events, black tie events and everything. So Chef, I can see this and you've just spoken about perfection. तो मुझे ये तो समझ में आ गया कि शेफ निमिश भाटिया जब किचन में होते हैं तो वो चेकलिस्ट तो मतलब बहुत स्ट्रांग होती होगी. बट एज अ पर्सन, जब Mr. Nimish Bhatia goes to some elite event, a black tie event, and you've been served food, Tab, do you also have that chef instinct in you? Oh, this is missing, this could be better or something. And then how do you react?
So, when I go out without my jacket,
Yeah.
of course, as a human, you have what you've been doing all this
Yes.
time. I enjoy food as it comes out. There is often times where I take things as learning, and it could be a smallest little shop. It could be the grandeur of a restaurant. Even if it is a small little tela with serving a small chart, I take some learning from there if it is, because this guy is continuously doing that job, that one dish,
Yeah.
for years of his life,
Yes.
and that he's mastered in it.
Yes.
That mastering I learn. Sometimes some things like your pea shoot,
Yeah.
my pea shoot does not like me, but I absorb that and I take this out. And again, as learning back when I come to my kitchen, to my folks, my friends are all chefs.
Yeah.
You spoke about Chef Gill. I am always inspired by Chef Gill. I
Yeah.
think he's the greatest Indian chef who's ever India has seen. We go back and we say, why?
Yeah.
So this why answer, of course, it has to be there.
So I agree. But so as a वो जो instinct होती है, Have you ever told after, before the event or during the event, कि chef को बुलाओ, I would like to say something?
I would, most of these places, I generally love to meet chefs.
No, not. I'm not again. My question is,
No, I'm answering your question. I'm
with
coming
that,
back to your question.
with the dish not being up to a level, especially for that event, and have you ever told कि chef इसमें problem है?
No, I always feel chef is an extended family to me. मैं
Right.
जब भी कहीं जाता हूँ, खाने से पहले ही मैं जनरली शेफ से मिलता हूँ.
Oh, okay.
तो एक you have a rapport already
I
there.
know.
And sometimes, if it is over the head, I always tell them that this could have been
And better.
this you could do this way, and see what is his take on that.
Right.
Recently, I'd been to a very up class Michelin restaurant, and I had ordered a lobster tail. For me, it was not cooked fully, and I spoke to them. They
Right.
said this is our standard.
Okay.
Fair, I respect that. That is their standard. But for you, can we do it? I said no. If this is your standard, I've come here to eat your standard.
Your standard.
Experience that. So that's what I take back. It's in my heart. That's why I spoke to you again.
Okay. So, chef, when you say standard, everybody has a different definition. Okay, this is my standard. Would you like it well done or would you like it raw? Especially in the kitchen industry, is there a parameter? Is there a set definition? Okay, below this is not acceptable or over this is not acceptable, and who like, is it the restaurant's headset or is it like when you go by the dishes feedback of the people or anything? How do you set that
No,
standard?
they are industry standards. So you cannot have your own standards because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you are serving public.
Yes.
People are there to judge you.
Yeah.
People are there to make or break. These are the diners who will say that this restaurant is great or this restaurant is not good.
Right.
You cannot carry a flag self boosting ourselves ki I am the best.
Yeah.
That you will die.
Right.
So industry set standards. For example, if there is a steak, whether it is rare, medium, well done, whether it is a roti, आपको कड़क चाहिए,
Yeah.
आपको soft चाहिए. So there's a standard.
Yeah.
And that has been asked upon. And once we live to it, that's where we keep on crossing our things. We could have creativity, but that creativity has to be pre-announced,
Yes.
right?
So pre-announced, okay, I like that word. But pre-announced के पहले आपने यूज किया जो मेरा फेवरेट वर्ड है, बिकॉज बीइंग अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर हम बिना क्रिएटिविटी के सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकते.
जी.
आई मीन नॉट ओनली इन अ पॉडकास्ट बट इन रियल लाइफ व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग टू फ्रेंड्स दिमाग में एक स्क्रिप्ट आती है. सो व्हेन आई गो टू सम प्लेसेस लाइक नाउ आई बीन टू लंदन, जापान,
जी.
अब दुबई, एंड आई बीन टू सम रियली गुड रेस्टोरेंट्स. अगेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट शेफ्स जो आज शेफ बन रहे हैं. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द एक्सपीरियंस्ड वंस.
जी.
So I believe a simple dish can be cooked with minimum 4-5 ingredients से भी आप बहुत एक अच्छी डिश बना सकते हो.
जी.
And on a contrary, like chefs are using too many ingredients. आप बस ये भी डाल दो, चीज भी डाल दो, आप ये भी डाल दो, just to prove that मेरा टेस्ट सबसे अच्छा है. What's your take on that?
I will answer you in this way that the biggest chef I get inspired, or the whole world gets inspired, is Mother Earth.
Yes.
So that mango seed goes into that ground and it converts into a tree. That recipe, giving hundreds of mangoes with same taste
Yeah.
and same flavor, same
Yeah.
look like, it happens over the years.
Yeah.
That recipe which Mother Earth had with simple ingredient, simple cooking style,
Yeah.
was the bait
Yes.
for all of us to learn. And with innovations, with times, we've seen that the cuisine is not just limited to that mango.
Right.
I'll give you another example. When we in India, the restauranteering is not more than 70, 80 years old.
Yes.
As we got independent, we did not have this culture. Worldwide, this culture has been some time. But they were mastering only one thing. If you talk about the Western world, they were talking about French or Italian
Yes.
classical kitchens. In India, we were talking about Indian food. When the restaurants opened more, they said, okay, we have Eastern, Western, Northern, Southern. It went even more restaurants open. They said, oh, in North, there is Kashmiri, there is Punjabi, there is Delhi ka khana.
Yeah.
In East, there is Bengali, there is Assamese, there is Odia. In West, there is Rajasthani also, there is Gujarati
Yeah.
also. South of India is Chettinad to, Tamil Nadu to Andhra Pradesh. It grew even further.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was talking, then it became regional foods, right? It became Chettinad and Rayalaseema and
Yeah.
Patiala and this. Then there's more competition. We learned, okay, what is community food? So food needed so many, not only ingredients, but culinary styles, but inheritances. So they needed so many ingredients here. Now you spoke about to
So,
answer
but
your
I,
in singular ingredient,
yeah,
making that
yeah,
bigger. So I will answer you. You are in this world of glamour, taking interviews.
G,
There are movies which are made with smaller budgets, more ethos to it, known as art movies.
yes,
They are masala movies, which
yes.
are what sells in the market is masala movies, which has item numbers and dances and action. Art movies are real good movies. They only go for awards. So
But sir, now you said art movies. I'll just repeat the same line.
yes,
Art movies are the real good which go for award. But sir, यहाँ पे जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, you've given me an example of art movie and the masala movie. लेकिन सर एक अच्छी डिश, do you really think 5 इंग्रेडिएंट से एक अच्छी डिश बन सकती है?
100%. 100%, because it is the intent you want to create of that dish. There's a simple dish, hing moong dal.
Yeah.
It needs only 4 5 ingredients. There is a khichdi, or leave everything else. You have a ghee bath, have
Yes.
a chawal, ghee, thoda namak and thoda gud. That's the best dish for somebody else. But is this commercially viable? Will
No.
people have? So that's and when you are talking about limited ingredients, you have nothing to hide. Then it is the skill of that chef comes in, right?
Yeah.
There's no garnish to hide behind.
Yeah.
There is only honesty which is on bold,
Yes.
and everything else is visible on the plate. So
So
and yeah, so that's
okay, so like since you said that with limited ingredients, I just remembered Madhuri Dixit. Obviously, she's my all-time love. So she said कि अगर मुझे कोई खाना पसंद है, अगर मैं किसी भी देश में चले जाऊं, it is varan bhat. That's a Maharashtrian dish made with a very limited ingredients.
correct.
मतलब bare minimum spices हैं उसमें.
जी.
So I really believe कि like ingredients is not what will actually change the dish. It's your skills, it's your creativity, it's your innovation.
Sure, but what you spoke about is convenience.
Okay.
There is a difference between convenience and getting enticed. Why do you go to a restaurant? You get great food in your houses, right?
Right.
You go to a restaurant because you are celebrating yourselves. You want to eat something which you will not create in your houses.
Perfect.
So varan bhat is in
Definitely
spices.
not here.
Kadi chawal, rajma chawal, varan bhat, puri aloo, kocha mangsho in various areas is various convenience food.
Hmm.
But what you go is for 3415, not one,
Yes.
two, three, four.
Yes.
And that is where we chefs as profession are in this race of getting ingredients, culinary styles, equipment, tables, on-site cooking, talking, and that's what.
So since you've told me about all this journey, अब मेरे मन में एक बहुत अलग सी चीज आई है. सब जब किसी वेजिटेरियन की बात करो तो वेजिटेरियन के दिमाग में आता है हम नॉन वेजिटेरियन लवर्स हैं, सो वी से यार तुम्हारे पास खाने के लिए सिर्फ आलू पनीर मशरूम और दाल है. सेम वेज दे आल्सो से कि तुम्हारे पास क्या है, तुम्हारे पास चिकन मटन और सी फूड है.
जी.
सो इन दिस जर्नी इंग्रेडिएंट्स मतलब जो मेन प्रोटीन है या जो भी आप बेस बोले वो उतने ही है, बट प्रिपरेशन स्टाइल देयर आर हंड्रेड्स.
Correct.
So what exactly, if I ask Chef Nimish Bhatia as you, what is your thought that changes the entire way we guest will look at food?
See, as I just spoke to you some time back, it is about how you create with what you create, and you don't want to create something which is normal. Normal is boring.
Yes.
But also, when we plan a menu in a restaurant, we follow this 80-20 principle. I call it 80-20 principle because 80% of the times, 20% of your menu goes,
Yes.
right? And that if your restaurant is good, so that good definition is the diner which tells you. You
Yeah.
cannot have your
Yes.
benchmark. That 20% will become 25, 30 is how confident your diner is going on you, right?
Yes.
For example, a commercial restaurant, somebody would talk about a butter chicken and a dal makhani Indian context, but people will say that there's no brainer, it
Yeah.
should be good, right?
Yeah.
But beyond that is what is your equity when what you create as a chef. So you could create smaller things with what we have done in Mann Marzi is we have equal number of vegetarian as well as non-vegetarian dishes.
Okay.
A lot of vegetarians who feel that this is not justified in most of the restaurants. A lot of meat dishes, vegetarian
Yeah.
dishes are paneer or aloo or baby corn and this that. So we have even number of
Okay.
dishes, and each vegetable is treated as a vegetable.
Wow.
Each meat is treated as a meat. So I have hot kebabs, as I'm known
Yeah.
in my industry, that I was also the one who started selling, creating cold kebabs.
Wow.
So I believe that when the Western world can have a delicacy,
Yes.
when they can have smoked salmon and
Yes.
parma ham and things like that, we in India have a very rich culture.
Yeah.
We can create our own food which is served hot and cold.
Cold.
So that was done here. To give you an
Yeah.
answer, that how do we create this variety?
राइट सो बट आपने वैरायटी की बात की पूरे आंसर में आपने एक ना हिडन वर्ड यूज किया है मेन्यू प्लानिंग सर मेन्यू प्लानिंग फॉर मी इज नथिंग लाइक के दो कबाब ये ऐड कर दो दो प्रॉन्स ऐड कर दो एंड मेक इट देयर आई पर्सनली बिलीव लाइक व्हेन वी मेक कंटेंट वी रन थ्रू स्क्रिप्ट्स एंड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर
जी
सेट कैसा होगा दिखेगा कैसे एलिमेंट्स क्या होंगे आई बिलीव मेन्यू प्लानिंग इज इक्वली डिफिकल्ट टास्क एज अ शेफ
sure. See, menu planning is the heading, or I would say this way: dish is a heading. Menu planning is a part of this whole integral process.
Yeah.
It is a whole dressing gown. It is to go to the nitty gritties of that. In a menu, for example, if you talk about one dish, say chicken tikka, it's as simple as Indian dish. How is that chicken tikka marrying with that chutney? The
Yeah.
operating equipment, the platter you're serving, is it served silver served to you, platter to plate? Is
Yeah.
it comes to you on a plate itself? What kind of temperature it will be, and what would be the precursor dish and postcursor dish
Yes.
to it? So in terms of when you have a fixed menu, when you have an a la carte menu, you have to choose amongst various dishes. So I spoke to you about this 80-20 principle where you have to have convenience food, you have to have your varan bhats and butter chicken,
Yes.
but you also need to have something new. We do a purple chicken tikka with jamun here.
Wow.
So you had some time back when
Yes.
you came in the morning with the gondaraj
Yeah.
nimbu. So this is something which is on the creative side.
Yeah.
So how many chickens, how many lambs, how many vegetables, how many starches, how many appetizers, how many main courses, how many desserts, and to keep back what kind of prep you need. We call it mise en place, which
Yeah.
is the prep. So what kind of prep you need, so that has a cost, what kind of financial implication you need
Yes.
to have there, and to have your forecast. So this is a process. It's like an accountant would say a P&L and L and a balance sheet. I would say this is my menu explanation.
I have never had this clarity for a menu planning. Now, definitely, when go to any restaurant and I see a menu, I would respect the person who's curated that menu because a lot of planning
Thank
goes
you.
behind that.
No, it
But
is. It is a fact. It is a fact. Everything what looks simpler
yeah.
is got a lot of complex. You shoot.
Yeah.
Shooting is very easy that we're talking here, but there's a preparation. There's
Yes.
a light, camera,
Ji.
what foreground, background, people knocking. After this, you're editing, and
Yes.
then goes that final dish, pea shoot on the
We
top.
shoot on the top.
So that's how it has to come.
Okay. शेफ मुझे तीन ऐसी डिशेस बताएं that I would be enjoying at Man Marzi since I am here for a treat after your award. So those three dishes needs to be one veg, one non-veg, and one dish which is coming as a surprise element on the table. But why did you choose to have that for us?
Okay. A vegetarian dish you asked me. So I will rather name two. One is a convenience, which I personally like, and one what a lot of people love here.
Yeah.
I love a dish, a very simple dish, minimum ingredients. It is called kadi kachori,
Okay.
which is very popular in Jodhpur.
Yes.
We serve it in a chart, and it is also taken as an appetizer, and it has a lot of sensuous things. It is a little khatta, little meeta, little tikha, a little kadwa with because of the
Yeah.
methi, and it has all that elements, and it is what do I say is a mega mouthful.
Wow. Yeah.
So when you need to have a party on your palate, right?
Yes.
So that in terms of this dish as it comes in terms of what a lot of guests like, what a lot of vegetarian people love about our vegetarian food is, we do a dish in our main course, which we call it lifafa paneer.
Okay.
Lifafa means it's an envelope, and this is a layered paneer, which has got two different sauces. एक थोड़ा चटनी टाइप का, एक थोड़ा सा टमाटर वाला, and it is served with the lifafa paratha. So
Wow.
at the end of the day, again, it marries very good in here.
So you talking about food like an painter giving me a artistic thing.
Of
और
course.
मैं पंजाबी हूँ सर, मेरे को तो like भूख लग रही है.
बिल्कुल खाने के बारे में जितनी बात करो तो भूख लगनी चाहिए.
Yeah.
They say there has to be a proof in the pudding, right?
Yes.
So there is proof, there is pudding, you're sitting in a there is fire, and there is
And I like while we're talking, I can actually see the dishes being served to your guests, and my eyes are all over there, even though my mind is here. So that's the beauty of how you present the food.
food has to entice you, right? Like you just spoke, मैं पंजाबी हूँ, मेरे
हाँ.
मुंह में पानी आ गया. पंजाबी, गुजराती, अफ्रीकन, जापानीज कोई भी होने दो, जब खाने की बात आती है ना, सबके मुंह में पानी आना चाहिए. अगर वो पानी नहीं ला सकता तो वो फूड एंड बेवरेज वाला आदमी बेकार है. चाहे वो शेफ है, चाहे वो स्टूवर्ड है.
So this line is for all the like upcoming people, like the youngsters who are trying to be an inspirational chefs. सुन लीजिए, अगर आप किसी के मुंह में पानी नहीं ला सकते तो बस शेफ बनना.
बिल्कुल
शेफ
गारंटी होनी चाहिए. एक तो पानी लाओ, उसके बाद खाना खाने के बाद सेटिस्फेक्शन आना चाहिए.
Okay, have you ever had an experience like we've been reading reviews of Mann Marzi recently
जी.
कि full होता है, tables are difficult to book. So have you ever had an experience जहाँ पे you can't accommodate a guest and like you know some VIPs referred the guest, उसके वजह से 4 टेबल बुक करने हैं, तो उस सिचुएशन को आप कैसे हैंडल करते हो?
I talk to every guest who comes to Mann Marzi. Mann Marzi is like my house, so I meet everybody. People who are sitting and eating, people who are waiting outside, and I believe the best answer to anything which is in a doubt is to clarify.
Okay.
So any communication is not complete until it's a compliance. जब तक दूसरा तरफ से satisfaction नहीं आता. If you talk to people, you have the answers, and everybody understands what is happening. Like, I would want to serve them. I'm as eager. They want to dine in my restaurant.
Yes.
They are as eager. So we have to find that bridge, and a lot of people understand. At the end of the day, it is the experience which we want to give them. We don't want to give them an experience where they're eating at the bar counter with the food has to be eaten at the chair and table.
Yeah.
उनको वहाँ पे आराम से बैठ के खाना चाहिए. And I'm happy when Mann Marzi is full and people are online, because that is giving me happiness. But I don't want anybody to go out of Mann Marzi without people. So बात करते हैं, और बात करने से आंसर मिल जाते हैं.
शेफ, 2 डिशेस मैं आपसे जानना चाहूंगा. जैसे दिस वन गाइस may sound bad. I mean, again, it's my personal opinion, nothing to do with Mann Marzi or Chef or any other platform or any restaurant. I went to a restaurant and this, like, I stayed in Japan. So for me, Japan has given me a lot of things because that was the first place जहाँ पे मुझे real life की value मिली. I was 19.
जी.
So though I'm not a very like hardcore huge fan of sushi, but some restaurants served me. So ये हमारा signature है, and they served me a chocolate sushi. I mean, no. I mean, authenticity कहाँ है? As a chef, you told me competition, innovation, everything. But chocolate sushi was a big no for me. इस चीज को आप कैसे as a chef देखोगे?
So this is when you talk about Japan and their cuisine. It is a cuisine which I would say it sets your limits because you have limited ingredients.
Yes.
So where you have soya, you have marine, you have the vinegar, three dishes, three ingredients,
Yes.
complete one dish.
Right.
You add a little more soya, it becomes tongatsu.
Yes.
You have a little more mirin, it becomes a different.
Yes.
That's their cuisine.
Yes.
We have to respect that. Likewise, we have in our Indian cuisine the same curry. If it is done in Punjab, it is done with more besan and little more desi.
Yeah.
If it is done in Gujarat, it adds a little bit of jaggery. That
Ji.
is the level they believe. You go to Rajasthan, they add a little more onion to it, and it's more little watery. You come down to Karnataka, it is more Colombo. It becomes much lighter. So that is the cuisine and that is the knowledge. Now, when you said somebody gave you a chocolate
Yeah.
sushi, it is probably his interpretation or his creativity to that cuisine which he wants to respect that, but his innovation as sushi. Maybe he could have called his inspiration of a chocolate sushi, of a sushi as a chocolate, would have been probably hitting you good because you've been living in Japan and you've seen that.
Yeah.
A lot of people, we've not seen the whole world around. We
Agreed.
anticipate the world as we see.
Ji.
A lot of people in Calcutta, in east of India, believe that what food is served in Tangra or in those gullies of Calcutta is the original Chinese food.
Right.
Because that is what we see.
Yeah.
A lot of people, we believe that pizza and pasta is the only two things which is done in Italy. Nothing else is done in Italy.
True.
So that is what is belief. Now, this belief with innovation, with restaurants and commercialization, so you will have a lot of things. I give you my example. I went to China to a city called Guangzhou, and my interpreter, and I told him I want to go to a place where Chinese eat good restaurant where people eat real good Chinese food. So asked me, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes."
Yeah.
He said, "You will not be able to eat it."
Exactly.
I am a chef. I eat everything. I would eat that. I said, "All right." And then I asked him that I want to treat you my last day. Where would you want to go? So both these answers I will give you. First, his answer. He told me he wants to go to a fried chicken place.
Okay.
European fried chicken place. You guys don't even eat a bun.
Yes.
He says, no, but KFC. That then he named this brand, and I was surprised. Potatoes, fries,
Yeah.
which Chinese don't eat.
Yeah.
I went to this restaurant, good looking restaurant. Uh, it was smelling because of the meat.
Oyster
which
sauce,
is-
Worcester sauce, and all. Yeah.
And so he asked me, what would you want to eat? I said, the safest bet to start with the chicken
Yeah.
and with the vegetables. He said, chicken with chili. I said, chili chicken.
Chili
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah, let's have that. It came with a few bones and roasted.
Yeah.
chili. I said, now where is the meat? He says, meat is eaten by poor people. I said, that's fine, but how will I eat this
Yeah.
bloody bone? I mean, I'm sorry to use the bones. He said, okay. So I'll get you chicken with garlic. I said, yeah, chicken with garlic is good enough. I got a few feet of chicken and
Yeah.
a few beaks which were still bleeding. I said, come on. He said, I told you. So I said, I will definitely taste that as a chef. Eventually, I ate a egg fried rice in that restaurant.
Wow.
Give you another example. Likewise, I was working in Kathmandu many years back. So I was executive chef of a restaurant, and I had a Chinese chef. His name was Xiao Bing, and he went on his holiday, and he came with him and me. The communication was very limited because he had very less knowledge of English. I had no knowledge of Chinese. So he
Makes
came
sense.
from his holiday and he asked me to come in. I said, come in by. He opened a bottle and the bottle was clear. It had a snake.
Yeah.
And I said, what? So he said, Chef, very expensive, only for you. He opened that, he took his two wooden chopsticks, and he says, open your mouth.
Yeah.
I
And the
was
snake
like,
comes out.
what? Uh, no, chef, half my salary, very expensive, only for you.
Yeah.
So then I told him that, okay, it's so expensive. Let me take home. I will eat with my family because I did not want to tell him what it looks sometimes. It
Yeah.
doesn't come back to you, right?
Yeah.
He kept insisting, Chef, very expensive,
I
open
know.
mouth, only for you. Then I said, okay, Chef Jabing, I need to go for a meeting. Leave it here. I come after the meeting and
Yeah.
no,
No.
I had to open my mouth. See, sometimes when you don't, your mind, your soul does not give you permission, it may be the tastiest of things.
Yes.
We should, like what you
Yes.
said. I again keep coming to you.
I wanted to say a better thing than pea shoot. Monkey brain. We went for a live monkey brain and I did not eat it. I
So
could not.
I ate that thing and I told him go, and
Yeah.
I came back.
Yeah.
But when in the end I tasted, it was not bad. It was like an eel fish.
Oh.
So it's how we create a perception about a particular thing. Is what it comes in. You know, we create food today in commercial kitchens also to answer your 4 5 ingredient and
Yes.
Japanese one is because we have an intent. We
Okay.
we have an intent of a customer, of a diner, of a menu, of a restaurant. But when we created food for ourselves, we have an instinct.
Chef,
जिज्ञासा और काम
मैं
करने का
मैं
instinct.
इससे ना थोड़ा सा I'll go to the streets, especially
जी.
now when people are like Instagram has become everybody's a child or adult, whatever. Instagram, YouTube, online videos have become so popular that people just to make that video are trying thousands of things. जैसे फैंटा में मैगी बना दी एंड किसी चीज में भी आइसक्रीम डाल दी, किसी में कुछ भी डाल दी. शेफ, दिस इज नॉट कुकिंग. आई मीन आई डोंट नो. आई स्पेशली समवन who's for me food is love. Trust me. I mean मेरे को आप बोलोगे ना, I met with an accident quite long ago. My leg was damaged. ऊपर से ट्रक चली गई. While being treated, I was being treated in a hospital which is a pure veg trust का hospital. And I told my friend, जाके पाया सूप लेके आ, मेरे से नहीं खाने होता ये सब.
Oh,
And paya is, I'm sure
so you and me
Paya-
are very alike.
Yes.
I had an accident. I
Oh my
lost
God.
my entire arm. This was in Calcutta some time back, and so the doctor said, "Thank your stars, your God, whomsoever you
Yeah.
worship, because if I was not here, I'm from Bombay to operate somebody.
Yes.
In the middle of the night, you got, and he took all my skin from my thigh
Exactly,
and put
likewise.
here and whatever. And he created, and he said, "How are you feeling now?" I said, "Better." What do you want to do? I said, "Egg tandoori chicken."
Oh my
He
God.
said, "What?" I said, "Egg tandoori chicken." So I had one of my sous chefs who was taking care of.
Yeah.
He was looking at it. Chef, पहले बताना था. I said, "See, this guy is a doctor who's a vegetarian." Doctor said, "लाके दो, ये शायद तंदूरी चिकन से ही ठीक है."
So exactly, I can
और मैं
I
देखो
can definitely relate this क्योंकि my first thing was, भाई get me पाया सूप वरना मेरे पैर नहीं ठीक होने वाले. So coming to this odd kind of food, Fanta में Maggie and anything ice cream. I like Japanese make chili ice cream. I have tried it. It comes out good, but sir, Fanta and Maggie and all these things, how would you rate it?
see, fusion is confusion. It is not right. If you do things like that, um, it does not make food good. Food good, you need to have knowledge. I spelled this some time back also. You need to have knowledge of each ingredient, how it reacts and how it will mix. You can be creative, you can be
Yes.
innovative, you can know how a jeera crackles in a pan, it marries to the oil, it goes with onion. That onion has a stage when it becomes golden brown,
Yeah.
it calls for ginger garlic. Ginger garlic onion becomes a perfect blend. It calls for a tomato. That tomato again that needs now the chicken, the vegetable, the
Yes.
paneer to come in. You cook for some time. It's a process. Like you write in English, you need to have a process on Hindi or literature or anything. You need to have a process. Like you and me are sitting on chair. We
Yeah.
can sit on the ground and we can have table on our head. It
Right.
doesn't meet, right? It doesn't make
Right.
any sense. So you have to have knowledge and then you combine. I think food is the greatest thing to have versatile combination. It's the same onion, same potato, same lamb, same fish, same ginger, same garlic across the world. And it is not dishes which you can count with your numbers 100,000, 10,000. It is enormous. I have done a research on Indian food on 122 regional Indian cuisines, 122, which are totally different from each other in their cooking style, ingredients, pots and pans, vessels, agriculture, flora and fauna, and how they eat. So it is just India. Think about the world. And if you have a knowledge, why not? See simpler things in India. When I'll give you, I come from Bangalore, and Mysore Palace was known for
Yeah.
Vadiyar. They were vegetarian kings. 15 kilometers from them, Srirangapatnam, when
Yes.
Tipu Sultan or Hyder Ali came in, they cooked the Muslim food
Yeah.
into what the palace food was there.
Right.
The same essences, the sapu saru, the palak kadhi,
Yeah.
becomes their meat curry in the same kind of ingredient. So when you have a knowledge, you can.
Okay.
Sometimes accidents also happen. I tell you, the famous dish we eat, rasgulla, they say it was born on an accident. The milk curdled and it fell on
Right.
sugar. There was, they say, Mysore Pak was an accident.
Accident.
So there can be multiple things which can happen. The dum, what we a lot of people swear by that it is come from
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
There, I learned a story that when this king was Wajid Ali Shah in Lucknow was creating Imam Bada, which is a prayer house,
Yes.
and he said, "I'll give you a food which you can continuously eat." And that time, meat curry rice, and then charcoal on it. So food smells so good. That was the divine, and that's where we learned these
Biryani.
processes. Tandoor is a process which we learned that how a clay pot with some heat cook a bread at 350 degrees, which is very hard. When
Yeah.
it could create a kebab, and that is what is that is how the world, the cooking starts, and it's such interesting thing. I would tell people do not murder it like Fanta and
Thank you.
Maggie, but have knowledge,
Yeah.
have combination. If you have knowledge, you create your combinations. It's just so good.
शेफ मैंने ना इसमें एक वर्ड, मतलब आपके हर आंसर में से मैंने एक वर्ड उठाया, आपको
हाँ
एक
जी,
क्वेश्चन दिया है. दिस प्रोबेबली विल बी माय लास्ट क्वेश्चन,
जी,
and kind of I will definitely offend a lot of people with this question. I hope you're ready for this. You
Yeah.
used the word learned.
Hmm.
सर बहुत सारे शेफ्स बोलूं या people who just cook food,
Hmm.
take picture, put it on their Instagram and call them, I am chef, maybe chef Rajveer, but there's a very big difference between, I'm not saying a thin line, but there's a very big difference between a chef and a cook. And with your kind of experience, ये question मैंने बहुत बार try किया है to get a answer, but I've always got a safe answer.
Bang on. I love this question, and we all have been debating on this question for
Thank you.
quite some time. See, what is a cook? A cook is a guy who cooks food.
Yes.
Who is a chef? Who shepherds the food.
Yes.
So your answer between a dish and a menu, your answer of creating one curry and an experience, that is the so you have to have a knowledge. I again come back to the same thing.
Yeah.
Have the knowledge. It could not be a knowledge going in a culinary school or knowledge reading books. It could be inheritance knowledge. In India we always had inheritance knowledge. Our grandmothers and mothers used to cook the same dish every day. They had no recipe written and they would never go wrong.
Yeah.
Today we go wrong, right? Because we want to learn more. We should not do anything without knowledge. Simple thing of grinding something on a grinder, the simple thing when you want to put a mustard seed when the oil is hot, the simple thing when you want to put a kochampuli in kurk when the right temperature is there, the simple thing of adding a ghee to a rice when it is hot, a simple thing when you say ये खिचड़ी के 4 यार, दही पापड़
दही
घी
पापड़ के
अचार.
चार.
So you need to have in smaller quantities and the right quantities, and that's what is limitation, restraint, what Indian kitchen teaches us. You know, Japanese has few ingredients,
जी.
they teach us something. Indian kitchen teaches us patience, the generosity of ghee,
हाँ.
the limitness of spices. That in Tamil Nadu, when they use the pepper is not for spice, it is for
Yeah.
flavor.
Flavors.
So how much you want to put it in and how it will react good for it. There is a very popular dish in Karnataka which is called ghee roast.
Yes.
The ghee roast is actually a equal quantity of ghee and chili. But do you find that chili?
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
They do a very nice dish called tabak mas in
Ah, I
Kashmir.
love it.
So it is how do you beat that lamb chop to have its original fat convert into a barbecue
Yeah.
to get that converted into a food. So everywhere we should have this knowledge from becoming a cook to a chef or have respect on even having. I love to be called myself cook because first time a cook, that's where I became a chef.
Yes.
If you are not a cook, you cannot become a chef.
I just would like to add, लोग अपने नाम के आगे ना शेफ नॉलेज दिखाने के लिए नहीं, शो करने के लिए लगाते हैं कि आई एम अ शेफ. इट इज बिकम अ प्राइड टू यूज अ वर्ड शेफ, बट isn't it a disrespect to a chef to use that for every single person who's even just joined the industry?
So if you see a dictionary and go
I
to
know.
chef,
Yeah.
it says chef means a skilled person.
Person.
Now, over the years, this esteemed profession which I am into, we earn this
Right.
like a soldier would earn something when he becomes from a captain to major to a colonel to a brigadier.
Yes.
Or whatever it is. We earn our designations, whether we are a kami or we are a chef de
Yes.
partie or we are sous chef or a chef tunant or we are a
Agreed.
master chef. So this is to be earned. This cannot be. And if somebody is self-proclaimed, he's self-proclaimed. You can't do for it. You feel bad about it. If you earn something like in music, somebody talks about himself to be a master of that music.
Yes.
There are so many people who mix music. You cannot fight with them. But original is original and
Yeah, yeah.
duplicate is duplicate. You have to find that way. And flavors make it, yeah.
You think there should be a rule in near future which stops people using the word chef without any degree, without any relevant experience? एक या तो ऐसा हो कि सर मान लीजिए आपके मिनिमम 5 साल तो कम से कम दो इंडस्ट्री को आप कल आए हो. I'm not here to get into this.
That is the irony, unfortunate, because this business of food and beverage is open for everybody.
Agreed.
So anybody who says मैं तो अपनी माँ से सीख के आया हूँ आज मैं बना दूंगा or he takes a Google, he goes to Chat GPT, tell
Yeah.
me the recipe, and not even that. Today it hurts at times, but today people take retard food. I've seen a cafe where they have a retard food
Yeah.
and they open that packet, put in a bowl, microwave freshly made butter chicken. That happens. That
True.
in cheat in every industry is there, but you know what you live is what you live when you are talking about reality, which you're talking about truth, which you're talking about yourselves being standing. Any industry will have that. The
Right.
actor will have an actor who would say that I am better than Amitabh Bachchan, but Amitabh Bachchan is Amitabh Bachchan. He's only one.
He's only one.
So, likewise, if we talk about being chefs worldwide, um, Chef Manjeet Singh Gill is only Chef Manjeet Singh Gill. We all get
True.
inspired, and there are a lot of people who are inspired by me. So they, there is some quality. You, this is not something which is the a score which can be surpassed. I have hit 6 sixes in an hour, so I've also hit now a
Yeah.
Well, in our industry, especially in food and beverage, and in being a profession of a chef, we always work like a guru shishya parampara. Somebody whom I have learned, I have all the respect for him because I have learned that trade, that ashirwad, that mastery
Yeah.
is been given to me. You know, there is no degree diploma in this world which tells you that you are a chef. If you do a bachelor of engineering, you are an engineer forever. If you do a chartered accountancy,
Yeah.
you're a chartered
Forever.
accountant forever. You do MBBS, you're a doctor forever. But there's no degree which says you're a chef forever.
Forever.
If you don't do it 10 days and people say, whoa, वो तो चला गया था है नहीं. You
But
have to prove
I know
yourself.
with
You
what's
have
that.
to prove that you exist.
Yeah.
And for us, every diner is different, every plate is different, every restaurant is different. Every time that ingredient is different. You're writing a recipe for a rasam, that tomato which Mother Earth is making,
Yeah.
every time the yield is different.
Yes.
So the pot is different, heat is different, ingredients that convert it to different, the diner's palate is different.
So I definitely can relate to this क्योंकि सर हम भी अगर 4 दिन वीडियो नहीं डालते तो लोग ये बोलते हैं इसको काम नहीं मिल रहा है इसलिए इसने वीडियो नहीं डाली है.
Absolutely.
But we can be on a personal break. So let's conclude this. I
So
have
you should live with your heart. Be happy. That's the best thing in the world to do. And I always tell my people, find smaller happiness. जैसे हमें छोटी भूख होती है ना, कई बार पूरा बिरयानी नहीं खाने का मन होता.
yeah.
So I have one thing in my menu which I take for छोटी भूख.
Wow.
So वैसे ही छोटी छोटी खुशी ढूंढनी चाहिए. And that's what makes your life. Bigger things can be achieved and they take time to get coming.
So यहाँ पे to conclude this, recently मेरी जो सबसे फेवरेट है काम्या जानी was here. So obviously काम्या जानी जा रही है ना तो खैर कहीं ना कहीं मुझे वो लगता है कि लाइक काम्या जानी ने किया तो बॉस उसका खाना बहुत स्पेशल होगा. And then recently you had Kartik Aaryan, Ananya Pandey dining here. So we've had lot of celebrities coming here. अगर मैं शेफ निमेश भाटिया और मन मर्जी की पूरी टीम को पूछूं, what would be one like who would be that one guest जो यहाँ पे अगर आके डाइन करते हैं and you will be like, oh, today we are satisfied like this guest is here.
So there are two things here again. One is the commercial angle to it.
Yeah.
In commercial angle, we would want the best of the star who comes in and who have people उसके बाद लाइनें लग जाएं.
जी.
एक is from the heart, and from the heart you would want somebody whom you respect the most should come in. So I have about 10, 12 top chefs of India whom I wanted to.
No, sir. One.
They are
One person.
No, I'm completing this.
जी.
So they are all coming on the second week of February,
Yeah.
starting from Chef Manjeet Singh Gill
Wow.
to Chef Vijay Bhaskar to Chef Gupta, who are some friends, some
Ji.
seniors, some junior. And I'm also inviting the World Chef President who's here, Andy Cuthbert. He's also coming in. So that from heart part of it, I will be made up. And commercial angle, it is like encore.
Okay.
आता रहना चाहिए. वो कटोरे का बेस है ना वो खाली है. जितना बड़ा कटोरा बनेगा उतने हम दुनिया के दूसरे पार्ट में जाएंगे. We मन मर्जी and aspiration that next year or a year less than next year we should be opening in New York and London. So that's what we want to do, and then take it up in various countries because Man Marzi is about what your heart desires. It literally means that.
Yes.
In सीधी हिंदी बोलूं तो मेरी मर्जी.
मेरी मर्जी.
तो मेरी मर्जी जो है मैं सब जगह चलाना चाहता हूँ. यहाँ पे आके जो खाने वाले आए उनकी मर्जी होनी चाहिए, और जब मर्जी और मन मिल जाए तो उससे अच्छा कुछ नहीं हो सकता. तो
सर वी फिनिश विद दिस, बट जाने से पहले मैं आपसे एक प्रॉमिस लेना चाहूंगा बहुत छोटा सा.
बोलिए.
जब मन मर्जी के बाहर मिशलिन वाला बोर्ड लगेगा ना, आप मुझे इनवाइट करोगे?
मैं तो आज भी कर रहा हूँ आपको. आज भी आइए.
नहीं सर, मिशलिन का बोर्ड लगेगा तो मुझे आपका एक इनविटेशन चाहिए.
So बस हिम्मत मर्दा मदद खुदा. We are trying ourselves and Almighty has to help us.
So guys, this was Candid Moments with Rajveer and Chef Nimish Bhatia. Catch you soon. Stay tuned for more coming up from Dubai.
Yo, time to hit the pavement, see what's cooking tonight. From them curry kachoris, crispy and fried just right. Yeah, that hot chicken with garlic, a serious meal for a king. We eating good in the neighborhood, exploring flavors. Yeah, you know it's all good. We eating good in the neighborhood. Come get this fire like I knew that you would. Yeah, let's get it.